So hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Neil Boa, and this is the part 2 of my little series of the TikTok ban to Trump being the president, the inauguration, and the aftermath. So the first part we talked about the TikTok ban and my theory of why the TikTok ban happened and what the new changes has been on TikTok after TikTok got banned and came back, and Mark Zuckerberg and Donald Trump and all of that, and then also the inauguration and the people standing outside and their opinions, and the whole clown show of that is in the part 1 video. And now we're going to be talking about the aftermath of Trump being the president, and also the before and after of TikTok getting banned, because there's definitely a difference. I'm not American, but from here, watching from the outside and also following 99% of my followers are African Americans, I know that my view page is definitely different after the TikTok ban, and I've even went to the extent of blocking Facebook and Instagram on TikTok, because I've heard that should make a difference when it comes to your algorithm. So I've done that, and I will definitely recommend you guys doing it if you're American, because that definitely also changes a lot for you for sure. The point of blocking those profiles is for Americans to have that normal algorithm. But I definitely think that that's still going to be something different about the app when you're an American, or if you're in America, because they're definitely trying to get a hold of how information gets passed around, and the algorithm, they don't like it, even though that's it. What people like about the TikTok app is because of the algorithm. But certain people in power do not like the algorithm, because information gets passed around and things goes viral in a really great way that we all love. That I like. So this is going to be like the part 2 version, and there's not going to be a part 3. I said that it might be a part 3. There's not going to be a part 3. This is just going to be a long part 2. So let's jump right into it and react to what I found on TikTok regarding everything the past 7 days.
First time seeing my face in this video, please stop and listen. Because what is this? What is this? And I need answers. If you have no idea who I am and this is your first time seeing my face, my name is Gianna Jara. I'm a biomedical engineer, and I specifically study female reproductive health and V health, specifically the V microbiome. I don't even know if I could use the word V health because of what it says in this box. This phrase may be associated with behavior or content that violates our guidelines. Promoting a safe and positive experience is TikTok's top priority. For more information, we invite you to review our community guidelines. My entire platform is built off of educating women or anybody with female reproductive organs on their V health and their reproductive health. I built my entire platform off of this. I've used the word V in full multiple times in my time on TikTok, and I've never once had any issues with the word V. The full word V is not a derogatory word, nor does it violate any kind of community guideline. I cannot think what kind of community guideline saying the word V could violate. And to be clear, I've dealt with this in let's say my local radio. I've been on the local radio and I was told oh, you can't use the word V because it's a derogatory word, which is so disgusting. So I've dealt with it in other aspects of this world, but I've never, ever had an issue with TikTok. I've used the word V in full in so many of my videos. My product is created. I'm the founder and CEO of With Morocco. I've built a health and wellness brand, and I make products specifically for V health, urinary health, and reproductive health. And I've never, ever had an issue with making TikToks and using the word V. But for whatever reason, today, after this TikTok ban, suddenly when you search up V health in the search bar, now it says this, because this phrase potentially violates community guidelines. This is so disgusting on so many levels, and quite literally tells me everything I need to know about this TikTok ban and this stunt that was made in the last 48 hours. In a world where female reproductive health is already incredibly understudied, and me being a biomedical engineer and a first-generation Syrian American woman who wants to change the space and the layout of female reproductive health and make a difference by talking about this more, because it's incredibly taboo, incredibly stigmatized. Here in 2025, TikTok is yet again creating this environment of the V microbiome and V health being taboo or something that we cannot talk about. And that is disgusting, and that is not what I built my platform on. I don't know how I'm going to make content moving forward using the word because I don't want to be shadow banned, nor do I want my videos taken down for violating community guidelines. I understand that if you violate community guidelines X amount of times, your page can get like striked or something, and I don't want that to happen to me, and I don't exactly know how I'm going to go about it because I don't even want to be using V health and be using a substitute word because V in full is not a bad word, and I shouldn't be afraid to use the word V because I'm worried about the repercussions or violating community guidelines. Do better, TikTok, and I'm so disappointed in our government and in Chu.
I believe everything that she has to say, and one thing that, because I've learned a lot of things from TikTok, and one thing I do truly believe, like, people in power do not want average people to be knowledgeable and know what's going on. That is why they do not like TikTok, because as I said, information passes around. This is like some information about vaginal health that they probably do not like. They probably want people to be really reliant on their doctors because there's money in that. They probably want, what's it called? What's it going to say? And also this whole thing with women not being allowed. Also this whole thing of women not being allowed to get abortion. I definitely think that it has something to do with her not being able to say the V word of the vaginal health on TikTok. So I definitely think that has something to do with it, and that's why they also wanted to have TikTok banned, and now TikTok is back, and now we see all of this happening. There's a red thread. You cannot deny it.
Hi, South Carolina just introduced a bill that would punish a woman for seeking an abortion with death. Death.
Crazy.
So to anyone who wanted to say, well, it's just about states' rights. Yes, the state's right to execute women. Thank you, from a South Carolina woman. Thank you so much for letting this be my state's decision.
That is so crazy. Get your spiral right away. Get it as quick as you can. If you're an American, get your spiral done because you need to protect yourself. Like, this is not even a joke. Like, this is so crazy. I don't understand how America can be so progressive but also have moments like this where they're just taking things all the way back.
They're gonna put Mexicans in concentration camps. And what comes after? I'm being so serious right now because that's what it looks like and no one's saying anything. They're already contracting jails and detention centers. Just look at the stocks and letting the feds raid your schools and workplaces and lock them up indefinitely while they wait for deportation. The line is already long. They're gonna be in there forever. He just signed an order letting government employers discriminate based on race. Oh, Lopez, no. Oh, Ramirez, no. Gonzalez, my last name, no. We don't want you making any decisions. He just froze every civil rights case so that no one gets in the way when Missouri tries to pass a law that puts bounties on immigrants. And once police have full immunity and no accountability, then what? Then they could just start shooting. And it's going to be legal. It'll be applauded because they're criminals. They're illegal. Them being here makes them criminals. And you think, you're exaggerating. There's no way. America has done it before. They put Japanese people in internment camps and let them die of typhoid fever for being Japanese. You're going to look at me and tell me there's no way Trump wouldn't just sign a crazy-ass bill that brings that back, and then when they're like, oh, he can't do that, he's going to say, fuck you, I already did. Also, you're fired. It will happen to citizens also, and I can't stress this enough. It's already bad that it's happening to illegal immigrants. You know what the difference is between an illegal immigrant and you? A fucking piece of paper. A piece of paper that he's already trying to take away from you. It's crazy that I have to hope that the worst case scenario is Japanese internment camps and not something worse. Because this guy just fucking Sieg-Heiled in front of the president and everyone clapped.
And people calling it Roman salute, there's nothing Roman about what he did. Hey. Oh my god. Elon Musk is not Roman. Why would he do the Roman salute? I don't understand that. I don't understand why people believe that. And even Germany has spoken out, or they're just like terrified of what is going on right now and what he just did, because that, when you know the history of that sign, what he did, that is scary. That is. Space money, that's it. Well, serious, but what is gonna happen to America?
My algorithm has been suppressed. My videos are not getting out, but this is a warning and we need to rally together. If you are a person of color, a black person, because this is, again, directly about black people, like, share, comment, boost this to the For You page because this is serious. Remember how I told you that once they were done focusing on immigrants, they were going to turn on black people? And this is why we should have minded our fucking business and stayed out of it altogether. Trump's Justice Department halts police reform agreement. Why is this a problem for black people? Because that police reform was specifically put in place in 2015 after Freddie Gray was slain, and I'm going to tell you exactly what it means. It's basically made it so that they could keep tabs on police departments for the people that they were unaliving, harming, or being treated unfairly through them. It makes clear that the department will use all appropriate legal authorities to safeguard civil rights and protect the environment. It has to be consistent with long-standing departmental practices informed by the expertise of the department's career workforce. You follow that up with what just happened with Elon Musk doing that salute. I told you guys we were next. Share this. We need to come up with something now. This is not a joke.
A lot of people are gonna be in danger now.
So Donald Trump just revoked the 1965 Equal Employment Opportunity.
It's so crazy. I think this happened like 2 days or 3 days after he's been a president. Like he was not wasting no time. He was just making sure that
Act, which prevented employers from discriminating when they are hiring. So because Donald Trump just revoked this act, this means employers can now, quote, openly refuse to hire individuals based on race, gender, religion, nationality, or sex, effectively reversing decades of progress that has been made towards workplace equality. Not only could this affect the hiring process, but we could also see bigger pay gaps between races, minorities, genders, and nationalities. Without the protections from this act, employers could now effectively pay non-white, non-male employees less. So there you have it. It is day 3 of Trump's presidency, and he just repealed an act that has been in place for nearly 60 years in America in what could be his most cruel act yet.
That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. They're trying to take over in the most disgusting way. This is really sad. Like, this act has been there for 60 years, and we have seen, like, it comes like Matter movement and all the things following. We know that there's been, like, different pay out, and especially we hear it even now. Like, people saying they're not getting the right pay compared to the other colleagues, because of the race, and now this has been removed. Now there's going to be even a bigger gap, and it's crazy. I don't understand how this is like real.
All the Trump supporter parents in Texas are crying literally on the internet because he's closing the schools.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's almost like he said he would do that. Crazy, right? Why are you mad that your kids are going to be dumber than you? That's what you literally voted for. You literally voted for your kids to grow up to be fucking imbeciles, and now y'all are mad that you gotta homeschool them. Like, I feel like Trump supporters voted for Trump in hopes that he would not keep his promises, but he's doing even worse than that. He refuses to keep the good promises that he made and is only sticking to the bad ones. Now your kids can't fucking read and you're upset? At what point in life are we just gonna start calling Trump supporters idiots? Like fucking dummies. That's what they are. They're imbeciles. They have an IQ of 2. Everyone say it with me. You play games made by a donkey. You look like a what? An ass. Thank you.
Well, all the Latinos that voted for Trump, they're gonna see how it's gonna feel voting for that man. They're definitely gonna feel it, for sure. They're gonna feel it. That is so crazy. And I've seen so many. Like, one of them is like Mia Odom and Blair White as well, and some other LGBTQI YouTubers, social media influencers being Trump supporters. and they haven't like spoken up. They haven't updated the social media ever since the inauguration. They haven't spoken up. Except for him, he actually went there and he told his whole experience and how amazing it was. And he was like one of the few that got inside because they moved from the inauguration from outside to inside. And he actually came inside. He actually had one of the front seats and all of that. And he was like, so he tried to downplay, but he was so excited about it. And I was just like sitting there watching it. Him talk like that, like with my eyes just full. I wonder what he has to say now when it comes to all these things getting revoked, because this is a serious matter, and it's especially for him because he's black and he's gay as well. So it's gonna have some kind of influence to him, even though they are saying it's more like when it comes to like what gender you identify with, and also what's called skin color, and not so much like if you're gay or not, but it's gonna definitely affect you if you're gay for sure.
7, 6.
And these are like the ice trucks that they keep talking about. The ice trucks, the ones that are arresting the illegal immigrants, and then they deport them. They're arresting them in these trucks.
Moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. Don't look at what's in front of you. Boo.
Crazy. That looks like from like a movie. Okay, this one.
So what I learned today is a lot of people, a lot of y'all you don't care about your history. You don't care about the people that made sacrifices for you to be able to be where you are today, to be able to do the things that you're able to do, to be able to have the opportunities that you're able to have. You don't care about it. I just got off the phone with my mom, who just got off the phone with her mom, my grandmother, who she had to console because she was boo-hoo crying, and my mom didn't realize why. My grandmother was crying because she had saw the news that the orange man in charge had just put an executive order to repeal the Equal Opportunity Employment Act of the Civil Rights Act of 1965. Now, I understand before that executive order was placed, that stood for over 50 years. An employer could literally tell you to your face, I'm sorry, I don't hire black people. I don't hire women. And no consequences. They could literally be just that discriminatory towards people. And the reason that it upset my grandmother so much is because she remembers my great-grandmother and great-grandfather, her parents, the sacrifices, the marching, the hard working, the speaking out and trying to help change, trying to help get these opportunities for us, and the sacrifices these people made to their own families, not being around their families sometimes because they were fighting for the good of us as a people, as a whole. And all this time later, to see what you might think is trivial, what you might think is small, to see something that they worked, sacrificed, clawed, and scratched for be taken away by the stroke of a pen. And all because a few of us, not saying a lot of us, a few of us, because it was 92% and 80%. But every one of us counts. And
imagine those grandparents or elder people that marched for this law to exist and then still living to see it be revoked. That must be crazy. And 6 years back, some places in America, there were still people that were enslaved. Imagine all of that, and then to see and still living today and watching all of this happen now.
A few of us decided a little bit of money was more important than preserving our history, than preserving the things that we fought for, to be able to have opportunities in this place. It's just sad, man. It's sad that, the further we get away from those times, the further our elders pass away and leave this world, and we aren't taught the things we need to be taught, and the knowledge isn't passed on to us. The further we get from that, the more and more easily it's going to be for us for things to roll back and go back in that direction. And I mean, it's unfortunate,
It's crazy.
Okay, so I'm going to try to make this video as quick as possible because I know that everybody has really bad short attention spans thanks to TikToks and other apps. So if you don't listen to any video that I have posted, please listen to this one, okay? So, couple years back, probably 2-3 years ago, Kanye makes a couple of comments. I don't remember the comments, but he makes a couple of comments regarding the Jewish community. The Jewish community finds out about these comments and they deem it anti-Semitic. They deem the comments anti-Semitic, therefore they deem Kanye, the man, anti-Semitic, okay? Because they deem him anti-Semitic, they start to say that anything that is affiliated with Kanye is also anti-Semitic and is supporting anti-Semitism, okay? So all of his brand deals, i.e. his money, starts to pull away from him. They start dropping him. He loses his Adidas deal. He goes from $2 billion status to $400 million in what it looks like overnight in the blink of a fucking eye.
And that's crazy. I remember, and he has not. I don't feel like he has recovered from that since. Like he has been able to, like he's made some drops, some music that has been quite good, done well, but he hasn't been able to fully recover from it. None of
because this group of people said that he was anti-Semitic. 2 days ago, 48 hours. This man got up on national TV and did the Nazi salute. If there's any group in America that can make Elon lose his billionaire status overnight, it is the Jewish community. Yet, the Jewish community was seen cheering him on and instead giving excuses, trying to excuse what this man did, which, honest to God, is a call for action. It is a call for action. The Jewish community literally has the power to make this man lose his money. If he loses his money, he loses the control. If he loses the control, he can't really be an active member in this oligarchy that he's setting up that is here. But they're silent. They're silent. Let that sink in. Because had it been a black person, had it been a white person, not a white person, sorry, had it been a Mexican, a Hispanic, an Asian, best believe their voices would be just as loud today as it was when it was Kanye.
And remember, kids, the next time that somebody tells you
Oh yeah, this is what I've been talking about. Like, if you're American, this is how your TikTok looks like compared to if you're not American. Like, that's a shift, that's a difference. And as the other said, it's like something happened. I don't know how, but Mark Zuckerberg is definitely in it in some kind of a way. He's involved because all of a sudden TikTok can have a page. No, Facebook can have a page. Instagram has a page on TikTok before they were competitors, and now. But it seems like because TikTok, the CEO, or he used to be the CEO of TikTok, he was at the inauguration, which is weird, because it's weird. He was there, and Trump was actually the first person to even initiate TikTok getting banned 4 years back, and he went to Trump's inauguration. And now Mark Zuckerberg is on TikTok with his social medias having profiles. What is the ties? I can't really figure out what the ties are. I don't know if X is on there. I don't think X is on there, but I know that Mark Zuckerberg gave something up to the government. So the government has their hands in Facebook and Instagram, and the government wanted to have their hands in TikTok as well. That's why the TikTok ban happened, and now they somehow do have that. And I think Mark Zuckerberg is playing inside that as well. I don't know how, but it's crazy. I've seen a lot of conspiracy theories, and I honestly, with everything that's going on, everything like the civil rights getting revoked, stuff like that, why wouldn't I believe some of the conspiracy theories that I've seen? Why would there be the reason not to believe what is going on in America? There's a lot of crazy things that's going on, but the only thing I have to say is be careful, be safe if your woman gets your spiral done, because I really feel like there's some men out there that are full-on Trump supporters that probably see your body as a privacy, and you need to protect yourself from that. And if you are trans, definitely pay your cards right and be careful. don't be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and really think about who you share information with and who you can trust, for sure. Especially women and trans people definitely have to be careful, and black people as well, and illegal and immigrants. Just, you guys know what I'm trying to say, just be careful. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it, even though there's not really anything to like when it comes to the context of the video, because it's really sad to see what's going on. But I hope you guys found it informational. So subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.